When I first built our office years ago, we used an architectural firm and we used their designer. A few years later, we decided to remodel our office. That's how I got in touch with Craig Theiss. Craig was very easy for us to work with and did a terrific job. It showed me there's a difference between a good architectural design person and somebody who really knows the design of an office. I've used Greg for many offices. I think this is the 4th or 5th office he's done, and every one has been very different and innovative. I would use him any day. When it came time to use Greg Theiss, he and I used to sit down, we'd laugh, because he'd show me a little model, he would draw, and went on and all these things, and then we'd argue about, these things can't work that way. But every one of them worked out, and I'm very proud to have used Greg Theiss. Every office has been terrifically different and terrifically useful and very effective and very efficient. We get many compliments from all of our patients.
I've enjoyed working with Greg because I've found him to be real easy to work with. I think he has a real good sense of color. I was really pleased with the way this project turned out. I thought it was neat. It was really kid friendly, but at the same time, it was an office that our adult patients would feel comfortable in. I think the thing I appreciated the most was that he always took the time to learn what we do and how we needed to use the space. So he really designed something that fit our needs.
Greetings. My name is Jim Magestro, and I'm located in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I've had the benefit of having my office totally renovated from rafters to concrete floor about 4 years ago, and met with Theiss Interior Design, Greg Theiss and his team, and we planned the office totally from ceiling to floors, expanded the office as well, added on. This office was in need of a total makeover. It was very dated, the early 70s look, and I am as pleased today talking to you from my office as I was when it was completed 4 years ago. My patients and my staff love the office, and we look forward to working here on a daily basis. The enthusiasm that we had then working with Greg and his team was excellent. We enjoyed working with all of them. They made this project look easy, while all the details and function that they included in the office plans were all there. And I was very fortunate that they were able to work with all the subcontractors and keep the flow and progress going in the shortest amount of time possible. So I feel very good about recommending Theiss Interior Design, and look forward to another project in my Plymouth office soon. We appreciate the details. We feel that we got more than our money's worth, and this office will look great over the years to come. My only regret is that I did not do it sooner, and we will be able to enjoy this for many years to come.
We had a great experience with Theiss Design. We did an extensive remodel that involved expanding into some additional space. We moved some of our work areas. We elevated some of our ceilings. We completely redid the lighting. Greg and his team did a fantastic job of design. They oversaw the installation, and they were meticulous in the follow-up. We were very impressed with the whole process. It was a great experience for us.
And Greg and Paul truly have a gift for the things that they do. From our very first meeting with Greg, it only took a brief meeting, and he was able to pinpoint the style that Chuck and I desired. They really made the decision-making process painless, and the concerns that we had throughout the process, they were very attentive to, and even afterwards, their follow-up was fantastic. We truly appreciate our opportunity to work with Greg and his team.
Hello, my name is Sandy Casper. I'm a general dentist in Fox Point, Wisconsin. I'm very happy to share with you my experiences with Theiss Interiors. I built this office with the help of the Theiss design team 11 years ago. We took this office from the concrete floor and the studs in the wall, and with his help and his very talented team, we were able to convert this space to a very enjoyable work environment that not only is comfortable for me, my staff, but also the cross-section of patients that we see. I believe that Greg will be showing you some pictures of this office, and one of the key issues for me is that it really has been timeless. We built this 11 years ago, and with their help, not only in choosing materials that would withstand wear and tear and the test of time, their help in selecting the proper colors that still hold up today, and I am confident will be looking fresh and new for many years to come. The other wonderful comment I want to make is that working with Greg's subcontractors was a true joy. They are professional, they're creative, and they were very thorough and conscientious. One of the episodes that happened just a few months ago, one of my younger patients did do some damage to our wall covering, and I was convinced that I was going to have to replace a whole wall and try to rematch the wallpaper. And Greg brought in his artist, one of his subcontractors, who was able to repair that wall in such a fashion that I was unable to notice or locate the damage. Over the years, we've wanted to add little elements to this office, and they have always been available and have responded very quickly to my requests. I feel very comfortable in recommending Greg and his team. I must share with you that 11 years ago, the office design was laid out by one of the design houses, one of the dental vendors. It was a very cookie cutter, very uninteresting, uninspired design and look. And once Greg and his team of designers came in, they were able to meet my needs, and to this day I'm still very proud of this office and still get compliments when new patients walk in. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mitch Pelsu. I'm an orthodontist in Janesville, Wisconsin.
I'm Dr. Brian Pelsu. I'm also an orthodontist in Janesville, Wisconsin. I joined my father's practice 2 years ago.
We built my building in 1985. At that time, it was pretty much a state-of-the-art orthodontic building. I had received lots of compliments on it. But 23 years later, it was pretty much time for an update and a redo. Brian, you want to explain to him how we came to Greg?
We looked at a couple of the dental supply companies and other design companies, and we'd been looking for kind of a remodel of the flow of our office, the traffic pattern, kind of moving some offices around, which we weren't quite getting what we wanted from some of the dental supply companies. So based on a referral from another orthodontist, we came upon Theiss Designs, and they were able to address all of our concerns.
Yeah, we were at our National Orthodontic Meeting May of '09, and we had run into a colleague, Dr. Chuck Bull, at this meeting, and we were expressing to Chuck a little bit of our frustration in finding a dental architect or a dental design person to meet our needs. And Chuck said, well, why don't you give my friend, Mr. Greg Theiss, a call of Theiss Interiors of Milwaukee. Right.
And we kind of presented what our goals and our wish list in terms of what we wanted in our office. We were kind of going for a coffee shop, aka Starbucks kind of look to the office, and we presented that to Mr. Greg Theiss as well as his team of Paul Sherwood and Melinda Poole at their office, and the three of them came up with a wonderful design, not only a remodel of our space and layout, but also all of the interior design and decorating.
Yeah, and I think our office may have been somewhat of a challenge for the Theiss team because we had a limited amount of space that we could work with, plus the different things that we wanted. For instance, we wanted a game room. Brian was very adamant on having a game room. We wanted to enlarge our reception area. We wanted to make our clinical area much more efficient. We wanted another private area for our financial coordinator. We wanted a private area for our treatment coordinator. And our office is just a little bit over 2,700 square feet, and we weren't sure that we could come up with all these things in that amount of space.
And luckily, through working with the Theiss group, we were able to get exactly what we wanted in the office. Yeah. Another challenge that we faced was we had to stay open and work throughout the entire construction. So one of the best parts of what they come up with was actually a phasing of when things would be done in the schedule down to an hour by hour, day by day schedule of how things were to be done, which through them and our contractor, they were able to come up with a schedule that allowed us to function and keep working while they did their project as well.
I'd like to say that Greg and Paul and Melinda worked extremely well with the contractor and gave our contractor a lot of guidance, and the overall process, I don't think it really could have gone smoother with a minimal disruption to our continuing to practice during this period of time. Now, just getting beyond that, the aesthetics of the office and the designs that Greg and Paul came up with, I couldn't be happier. From the minute you walk into our foyer, the glass they added completely opens up the space, and Greg and Paul insisted on some things that I really had great doubts about. They completely changed my lighting scheme, and I had just replaced all my light fixtures with high energy efficient fixtures, and so it was a big thing for me to change my scheme of my lighting. But when I walked in on Sunday morning after the electrician had been here and installed all of our new lighting, I went, wow, this is incredible, and I'm so glad I did this. I would say another huge thing is when you walk into our foyer, just the expanse of glass. When you walk in the foyer, you can see right into our office, see Kelly, see the people sitting in the reception room, see our television, see our game room. It's just, I probably have patients and parents mention every single day how nice it is when they completely walk in and how welcoming it feels to them. Right?
What I like too is when I'll talk to the kids and they'll say, I didn't even think I was in the same place when I walked in because the change was so dramatic just from the moment they walked in the front door to the office. And some of them said they actually had to take a double take and look around to actually realize that they were in the correct place.
Yeah. And I would also say our desire was, we were very fortunate that Greg and Paul had worked with other dental and orthodontic offices before, and they knew pretty much the flow of what we needed in our office and just the efficiency of what they created in a very cosmetic and aesthetic design, to me, just incredible.